Okay, so the final video, we're going to go over the expectations and then creating sheets and some information about renderings. So on the first floor, I'm just going to use this as my reference. Remember that whenever you create a sheet, you want to turn your crop region on. So right here, I'm going to leave it on for now. And I want to leave it on because I need to label this drawing, and I want to make sure that my labels don't go outside of the crop region. When you're looking at things like your floor plan and your roof plan, please reference the drawings, but when you put dimensions on the drawings, do not reference the drawing set that is given to you. The dimensions that are put on the drawing set are because these drawings are from a cost estimating class. I want you to dimension per proper dimensioning standards. So for example, if I'm taking a look at this first floor plan, I need to dimension per the dimensioning standards, which state that my first dimension string should be from the face of the wall, right, to the window. And then sometimes people dimension the center line of the wall. I don't always like this, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go to the window. And then actually it should be to the face of the wall. And then we're going to pull this up. Okay, so a couple things we have going on. Make sure, I put it to the face of the wall, but really where it should be is to the face of the stud, and I don't think it's going to let me put it there. Nope, that's fine. All right, so that's the first dimension string. The second dimension string is the overall dimension. And try to space those evenly. So the space from here to here and the space from here to here. Okay? And then you're going to go around your whole building and do that. Make sure you dimension to all of the centers of doors and windows. The other thing that we're missing is that there's no door tags on here. So I need to put those on. So I'm going to go to the Annotate, Tag by Category, and then I'm going to click on, I'm going to uncheck Leader, and I'm going to click the doors. Okay, and I'm going to place a tag on every door. There's also a faster way to do this, but that's fine. I've already started doing this, so I'm just going to keep going with it. Door, 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 another door. Okay, and our door numbers are a little odd right now. Really, our foyer should probably be room number 1. This should be room number 2. This should be 3. This should be 4, this should be 5, 6, and 7. But let's go ahead and just number our doors. So I'm going to call this, if you click on the tag, this is going to be door number 1. And it says I have a duplicate mark. I'm not sure where it is, but it's okay. I'm going to fix it. This is door number 2. I'm just going to ignore that for now. This is going to be door number 3. This is going to be door number 4. This will be door number 5. This will be 6. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. You can follow the pattern. The other thing I also want to do is just adjust some of these window tags. They're pretty high. They start at a pretty high number for some reason. Let's go ahead and make them a smaller number, or even possibly a letter. I like to use letters for window tags, so this one's going to be A. And then this one's going to be B. And then if I have any other types on there, they can be C. Nope, that's it. Alright, so then when you're looking at this graphically, just make sure that these window tags don't cross the dimensions. Go ahead and just slide them over a little bit. They still should be above the window, but they shouldn't be in the middle of that dimension string. Okay, so go ahead and just push those over. It's always about readability with drawings. You want to make sure someone can read what you're writing clearly. Alright, and then the other thing with the floor plan is it's showing interior dimensions. Don't worry about any of those. We have the square footage. I really just want you guys to show proper dimensioning standards on the outside, put the proper door and window tags in, label all the rooms as I have shown, and then also you should put the general notes and specifications. You should type those that are on this floor plan. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. So make sure everything is labeled as you see. For example, I see that on my plan deck is labeled and covered porch is labeled. So to do that, I'm just going to use text, just plain text right here with no leader. I'm going to click and I'm going to write deck all in caps. And then I'm going to close that. And I don't know why it said that about them not being visible. And then I'm going to click here and I'm going to write covered porch. Okay, we'll move that over. The closets, label all those with text so you can put closet in here. Check to make sure the scale is correct. I'm not going to go through everything. I just want you guys to look at the drawing. So this should be labeled as pantry. Put a stove in here. I didn't add a stove element. Put a refrigerator in here. Just put in what you see. Put a toilet in here and a bathtub. All of those elements need to be created. Okay, so once you have all of that created, you can go back to your crop region and move it in close to your building. Make sure that you don't cut off any of the section marks. Okay, pull it down, or the dimensions. I'm going to hide this tag here. And then I'm going to turn my crop region off. I'm going to hide it. So now I'm going to make a new sheet. So I'm going to scroll down to sheets. And I have some that are already created. So I'm going to use this first floor plan. And it looks like the first floor has already been dropped on there. Great. So just make sure that it's the right scale. Move it up, center it on the sheet. The one thing I don't like about this is the way the titles are set up, but I'm just going to leave it alone for now. It should say first floor and the scale. Over here for the owner, just put DTCC. For the project name, we'll call this residential project. Everyone should have the same. And owner doesn't appear to be fitting, so I'm going to just put a dash in there. And I just spelled residential wrong. So we're going to fix it. The project number is going to be 2018-52. The issue date will be the date this was assigned. The issue date is 3/28. You'll put your initials here, my initials here, and then you'll copy the sheet number as you see on your drawing set. So the example here, you'll copy the sheet number that you see in the title block. So that is going to be, for this drawing, it should be A-102. Okay? Now you have this sheet set up. Let's go through putting on the general notes that we see. So I'm going to move the drawing over a little bit. And when I do that, see this title goes with it. To move the title, just click on the drawing and then you have to use this little blue grip to pull the title back in onto the sheet. All right? So there's first floor. To add the text, go ahead and just type text, and then you can type the general notes and specifications, and then you're going to type everything that you see on sheet A102. Also make sure that you run spell check before you are finished with this sheet, because as you see, I just wrote super wrong because I wasn't zoomed in. The other thing that you want to add on the sheet is a door and window schedule. So you're going to want to reference your book for how to create that door and window schedule, and then you want to drag and drop that onto this sheet just as shown in the drawing set that you gave, or I gave you. So your finished sheet should look like this minus the dimensions. You're going to dimension with proper standards. Your door and window tags are going to look a little bit different. All the rooms are going to be labeled. All the items are going to be on the floor plan. You have your window and door schedule here and your general notes, and all of this information should be typed on your sheet as well. All right, so remember, that's how you make a sheet, and you always do the crop region first. Those are my expectations for all of your sheets and your plans. The other thing that you have to do is insert a north arrow on. So to insert a north arrow onto your plan views, go to your view, first floor, go to annotate, symbol, load family, and we're going to load in an annotation, architectural, and we are looking, and we're just going to load in an annotation. I'm sorry, I went too fast. And we're going to load in north arrow 1 or north arrow 2. I'll take north arrow 1. I'm going to say open. Here's my north arrow, and I am just going to point up and call that north. Make sure that it's away from your dimension lines and that it's in the same spot on every plan view. So I will actually put it, I think I'm actually going to put it down here a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it to the clipboard, and I'm going to paste it to align to selected views. And I'm going to select my roof plan and my foundation plan, and then I'm going to say OK, and it will put it in the same spot on all those plans. So now you can see on my foundation plan it's there, and on my roof plan it's there. Okay, so go back to your sheet. Oops, sorry. I reordered them because of my order. You should see the north arrow on there. If you don't, it's possible it's being cut off in the crop region. Nope, there it is. Good. Okay. So again, just make sure that you're following the same information that's shown on the sheets, that you're labeling everything, that you're doing proper dimensioning standards. I think the only thing that's different is probably the roof plan. You don't have a roof plan for this. You can hide these smaller sections that you have, like this one through the porch. I'm just going to hide and view elements. And what you want to do is just indicate the roof slope. So you could do that with a leader line. You could point down, just click, click again, and then say enter. Hit escape. And then it says, do you want to keep text changes? Say yes. And then that allows you to put a slope on the roof. And then you can add text above it that says that it's a 6 to 12 slope. All right, so that would be a 6, a colon, and then a 12. And that's the text that you use. Oh, except for mine put in. Sorry, there we go. So that's how you add the slope to your roof. And you still want to dimension your roof. So dimension using the proper standards that we showed. You're going to be dimensioning like this, and then doing an overall dimension like this, and spacing them properly, and then adjusting your crop region, making sure your scale matches the drawing, and you're dimensioning all around your entire sheet. For the elevations, they're pretty straightforward. You want to label your elevations as you see on your drawing set. Make sure that your detail level is set to fine so everything shows up properly. And then the other thing I would do is add a pattern hatch to the roof. So hit edit type, edit structure, and then for the asphalt shingle, make sure that it has a surface pattern of shingles turned on. So I believe that there's something in here that's called shingle. Yep, say OK. Excuse me, and that will add that pattern to the roof. What you shouldn't see in your elevations is your foundation. So you can go ahead and you can move your crop region, or this crop region up so that it's hitting the bottom of the floor here. Excuse me. Actually, it looks like in our drawing set that we have it right here to the bottom of the foundation wall. We just can't see the footings. So raise it up just to that point so you can't see the footings. Make sure that you're doing the proper thing here. If these datum lines aren't reference anything on this drawing, go ahead and hide them in view for anything that's not being referenced. And if it is being referenced, make sure that you break the lines so that you can read everything properly. And then go ahead and provide all the labels as you see on your drawing set. You can also leave these section lines on here. What's going to happen is as soon as you put your sections on a sheet, these numbers will be filled in. Just make sure that they don't get cut off with the crop region. So I would expand that up a little bit, and then I would pull my crop region in just a little bit more. Okay? All right, and then the last thing you need to do is make some renderings, but we're running out of time in this video, so I'm going to do that in one more final video.